Hello guys! Today I'll be reading some Am I the Asshole stories from Reddit, so just relax and listen. AITA for faking an emergency to catch my boyfriend in a lie. Hi Reddit. I, 27F, have been dating my boyfriend, 29M, for 3 years. Lately, he's been acting shady about where he goes when he's with his friends. His stories don't add up, like saying he was at a bar when his friend's Instagram stories showed him somewhere else entirely. Whenever I bring it up, he accuses me of being paranoid and overthinking. Last weekend, he told me he was going on a guys-only cabin trip, no cell service, just bro time. I thought it was odd he packed his nicest cologne, the one he only wears on dates, but he brushed it off, saying he likes to smell good for himself. That night, my gut was screaming at me. Something felt off. So I texted one of his friends to ask if they made it to the cabin safely. His response, "What cabin?" At this point, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being gaslit. So I texted my boyfriend saying my sister, who he's close with, had been in a bad car accident and that I needed him to call me ASAP. He called within 2 minutes, and guess what? I heard loud music, people laughing, and a woman's voice in the background. I asked, "Where are you?" He hesitated and said, "We're just grabbing food in town before heading to the cabin." I said, "Really? Because your friend said there is no cabin trip." Dead silence. Then he accused me of snooping and hung up. The fallout. When he got home the next day, he tried to downplay it. He admitted there was no cabin trip but said it was just a small party with coworkers and that he didn't tell me because he knew I'd overreact. I asked why he lied and why he needed to gaslight me into thinking I was crazy. He called me controlling and said I betrayed his trust by faking the emergency. Now he's staying at a friend's place, and I'm wondering if I went too far. I know faking an emergency was extreme, but if I hadn't, I might have never found out the truth. So, Reddit AITA? Am I the asshole for wearing a bikini on a family trip and refusing to buy another swimsuit when mother-in-law rudely pointed it out? I, 34F, am married to my husband 33M and have a great marriage so far. This week we went to a trip with my husband's family to Hawaii. The trip included his parents, his 2 brothers and their wives, his 2 sisters and their husbands, and us both. My husband is the youngest, and all of his siblings have kids ranging from 2 years to 12 years. We all paid for our own flight tickets and hotel rooms. We arrived late last night, briefly caught up with everyone, and went straight to bed. The next day we had breakfast and went to the beach afterwards. I was wearing a sundress and a bikini underneath for when we went to the beach afterwards. A little background, I have a pretty average body type and have been wearing bikinis all my life. The ones I got for this trip were pretty standard ones with good coverage. Think about a triangle bra type top and a cheeky bikini briefs bottoms. I'm not talking about a micro top and thongs that barely covers anything. I know what's appropriate to wear for a family vacation. Anyways, when the time came to go into the waters, I took off my sundress and went for a swim. I then helped my niece and nephews make sandcastles. Overall, everyone had a great time. While going back to our rooms, my mother-in-law pulled me aside and told me how disrespectful and disgusting it is that I chose to wear a bikini for a family vacation which included toddlers and teenagers and not to mention other males. She also singled me out by saying that out of all the other females of my age on the trip, husband's 2 sisters and 2 sisters-in-law, how I was the only one who wore an inappropriate swimsuit while the other females wore a one-piece swimsuit. She said there was a Target right outside our hotel, and I should buy some modest swimsuits suitable for the occasion. I politely declined and told her that while I appreciate her thoughts, the swimsuits I have are modest and won't be needing more. When I told this to my husband, he said he respects my choice of clothes and he didn't feel my bikini was inappropriate. But he feels that I should get a few one-piece swimsuits with more coverage just to keep the peace. I feel otherwise. Am I the asshole? Edit. Since many of you asked what swimsuit I was wearing, I've added it in the comments. Edit 2. Thank you for all your support and responses. Let me clear out a few things that was pointed out in the comments. My husband fully supports my choice of clothes and my opinions. The only reason he said to keep the peace is because this is the first time since COVID that the entire extended family is on a vacation together, and we don't want to spoil it for everyone by making a scene with mother-in-law. He did say he will step in to defend me if this is brought up again. I told one of the sister-in-law who I am close with about this incident, and she said the same thing as most of you. There is nothing wrong with that bikini. She said the only reason she wears one-piece swimsuits is because postpartum ruined her belly. If not, she would have worn a two-piece suit too. While many of you suggested to buy a skimpy revealing bikini to show my mother-in-law what an inappropriate bikini truly is, I'm not going to do that. But some of the comments were hilarious. Here's what I am going to do. I'm going to continue to wear bikinis on this vacation. I don't have anything else. And wear a cover-up when I'm not in the water. And I will have a conversation with my mother-in-law about this topic only if she brings up this issue again.